Okay, in the next 40 minutes, this is what we're going to cover. A lot. We're going to cover how to create a feeding frenzy in the mind of the prospect. Okay, now what a feeding frenzy is like this. Piranha, for example, you're in the Amazon and you're in the water and you're swimming along and one piranha comes by and he kind of goes, well, okay, there's a guy there, it's no big deal. Finally, one of the piranhas goes, I take a bite. And then the other piranha sees that bite. And he gets excited and he sees you thrashing around. And then the other piranha sees the other piranha thrashing around. That's a feeding frenzy. Okay, we can do that in our store. And the big secret is this. It doesn't have to be a real feeding frenzy. Okay? As long as there's a feeding frenzy in the mind of the customer, as long as they think there's a feeding frenzy, there's a feeding frenzy. I've created a lot of feeding frenzies when there's one customer in the store and he thinks everybody else wants what I have. He's right. But it doesn't matter if I'm right, if he's right, because as long as they decide to get it, that's okay with me. It doesn't matter to me if everybody's getting it. I always have two thoughts when I'm talking to a customer. The first one is everybody gets this, everybody wants this, and you're next. Okay, that seems to work. The second thing we're going to talk about is how to keep them from shopping someplace else. The third thing we're going to talk about is the single most important key in selling anything. The fourth thing is how to overcome every objection, and also the world's greatest close. I'm going to do all of that in 40 minutes. Okay? So here we go. The first thing is, when a customer is looking at your product, what I want you to do is I want you to picture a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being no interest at all. This person doesn't care about your vacuum cleaner. They don't care about you. They're asking for directions. Okay, that's 1. All right? 10 is, okay, I'll buy it. All right? What you want them really is to be as a 12 or 13 or 14 or 15. Okay, how to get them from 1 to 10? You want to get them to at least 10. The first thing you have to do is you have to build desire for the product. Okay, they have to really, really want that product. The second thing you have to do is you have to make them feel that it's worth what you're asking for it. And the key to that is creating value in the mind of the customer. Now, a little bit about value. Okay, who here has heard of the Cabbage Patch dolls? You guys have heard of the Cabbage Patch dolls, right? Okay, when those were popular, they were very, very valuable. Okay, people were fighting over them. They're just dolls. Okay, they don't cure anything. They don't do anything exciting. They're just dolls. But people are getting all excited. I've got to have the Cabbage Patch doll. Oh, no, I didn't get that. They have them over here. Let's drive across town. Maybe we can get them there. Okay, they're building a feeding frenzy for these dolls. The amazing thing is, who here now sees Cabbage Patch dolls advertised on TV? No. Okay, why? Because the value is in the mind of the customer. It's not real value. The only difference between a $100 bill and a $1 bill is the number. Okay, they cost exactly the same to make. The value, the only reason that the $100 bill is worth $100 or 100 times more than the dollar bill is because we all get together and agree that it's worth 100 times more. How much is a vacuum cleaner worth? Whatever the customer thinks it's worth, whatever they feel it's worth. That's the value of that vacuum cleaner. Okay? Everything that we sell has a value. Everything that we do has a value. For example, who has tried the wonderful buffet here at the hotel? You guys have? One. Very wise man. Okay. Very foolish man volunteering. Okay. When you go and you buy a steak dinner, there's like a $7.95 roast beef dinner. Okay, I have a question for you. When you go into a really nice restaurant, is their roast beef, if it's a $50 dinner, is it really 12 times better than the $7.95 dinner? It really isn't. It's maybe 10 times better or 20 times better. Okay, but what are you paying for? Are you really paying that much more for that piece of meat? No. What you're paying for is the atmosphere. You're paying for the ambiance. You're paying for the good service. The cleanliness of the restaurant. You're paying for all of those things. Okay? That is what I mean by value. I don't mean the intrinsic value. Intrinsic. I learned that from somebody. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And the intrinsic value of the vacuum cleaner, I'm not talking about the value of the materials. I'm talking about what the person feels the value is worth. All right? Okay, the concepts in building value. There are many, many ways to build value for what you're showing in the mind of the customer. The first concept is affinity. Now, we all have affinity. For example, we are an affinity group right here. Okay, we have something in common. We all sell vacuum cleaners. All right, that's an affinity group. Affinity is also related very, very closely to rapport. Okay, there are people that have rapport with other groups. For example, if somebody comes into your store and they know somebody that bought a vacuum cleaner from you, they have an affinity towards you. You have something in common. You both know somebody that bought